Hello, 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 everybody. Hi. Welcome to the Thursday Live at Scrap Shotz. Just going to adjust my camera here. Great, I'm popping up here on my iPad. Fantastic. One second here while I get everything going on my computer. Let me find Facebook. And I might have to go to my other browser. 1 second. All right. No one joining yet. We're good. All right. How is everyone doing on this lovely Thursday? Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jennifer. Nice to see you. Oh, great. Just getting things rolling here on the old laptop. Let me just make sure my volume is set. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hopefully nobody calls because I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode. So. Is the sound okay? Can you guys hear me? Perfect. All right. Okay, the sound is pretty not bad. Excellent. Let me just turn this down on my laptop here. I don't want to hear it get feedback. All right. Excellent. Hi, Janice. Is it Janice? Yeah, Janice. Is that how you say your name? I'm guessing. So look, I've got some super cute doodlebug to look at, everybody. We're going to take a quick peek at that and then play around. Just a really small, Denise with a J. Okay, that makes it easy then. Easier to know. How is everyone's Thursday going? Hello, Shelley. I'm super pleased to pop in and hang out with you guys for a little bit. Sorry, I kind of started talking about something different before I finished what I was saying first. So we are going to take a look at the super cute Doodlebug Gingerbread Kisses line. And then we're going to just do a wee bit of experimenting with the distress crayons. And I've got the holiday set here. So it's a holiday set number 5 and number 6. And these are limited edition. They just come out. They release a new set of colors for the season. And you got to get them while they're here because they will not be back next year. Okay, so these are actually quite fun. It kind of reminds me I haven't played with my distress crayons in quite a while. And there is a lot you can do with these guys. So these might not last very long. I might actually end up using them all because I was having such a fun time with them. But before we get into a little bit of a demo, let's take a peek at the Doodlebug Gingerbread Kisses line. So what I've got here to show you is we've got the 12 by 12 paper pack. Okay, and that comes with 12 double-sided pattern papers and then a sticker sheet. It's called the This and That sticker sheet. So, as you can see, these are some of the super cute stickers it comes with. And these would be great for your scrapbook layouts if you're doing a December daily. You could even, make some Christmas cards out of these guys. Okay, so I think what I'll do, we'll take the paper out here quick and just kind of take a quick little peek through it. Now, I'm not going to cut into any of this paper, so if you happen to order this line and you're like, hey, it looks like this paper pack was opened, it means you got the package that I showed you live. So don't worry, it will all be there. None of this is getting cut into today, but I just love the colors in this line. Okay, we've got our, let's see if sometimes these have names on them. Nope, not this time. So we've got this cute Santa paper, all right, and then the coordinating side is our plaid. We've got some fantastic tags. Can cut these apart. So you could actually, this would kind of be cute if you wanted to do a little kind of fold out, even on a layout or in a mini album. Okay, and then the reverse side are these cut aparts. How cute are these? Like, look at the gingerbread. Baking spirit Sprite, sprinkled with love, warm wishes for the holidays. So much cuteness. Okay, now we've got our snowflake paper. That one's cute too. And actually, one thing I kind of like about this, if you look down here on our little UPC strip here, we're looking right here at the snowflake side, and then it gives you a little peek at what the reverse side is. So you can see what the coordinating side is without having to flip that over, depending what you're looking for. Here's a great sheet of cut aparts. These are fantastic. See, the children were nestled all snug in their beds while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Oh, super cute. Super cute. And then there's our reverse side on that one. So these are great too. I mean, like, I'm looking, this paper here has the hearts. So if you wanted to do like a little layout, let's say, of your Valentine's cookies, you could totally use this for that as well. Even though it's technically a Christmas line, you could mix and match those. This is pretty. So cute. All right. Oh, okay, it does have a name. So this one's called Berry Floral. I see them now. They're on the right-hand side, right next to our barcode. This one's called Gift Wrap, which makes sense. We can see our reverse side is our stripes here. All right, that's Gift Wrap. This one is Cookies for Santa. All right, so the one side it would be like sprinkles, and then we can see, oh, cute, our little cookies that we've made. Very cute. And now here we have, this one's called Christmas Jammies, and look at this one. This is fantastic. If you wanted to use that for an Advent, a December daily, you could use this whole line for your December daily, or yeah, some type of Advent calendar. I do know Doodlebug does have an Advent calendar coming out. It's probably out already, so if you've seen that online, then that's something you can just drop Sandy an email if it's something you want her to try to bring in with you, and just put on your email in the subject line, special order. This one's cute too, for all sorts of different lists. Again, this would be cute if you've got younger kids who write their Christmas list to Santa or their Christmas wish list. You could kind of put those lists onto a scrapbook page. That would be cute. And then Deck the Halls is that. And now we've got Merry and Bright. So all these cute colors. Such fun colors for Christmas. And see, this is a paper that you could use for pretty much anything as well. It doesn't have to just be for Christmas. Oh, and this is nice that you find in the Doodlebug sets as well. They give you a set of borders. Border cut aparts. Those are fun too. Hi, Claudia. Yes, it is such a cute collection. Absolutely. Just wait till we take a look at some of the puffy ephemera. That is super cute. And then Baking Spirit Sprite is cute for our gingerbread themed paper. And then on the flip side, we have all sorts of baking implements, cupcakes, whisk, spatula, super cute. All right. And so another thing that is fantastic in these Doodlebug lines is your options for ephemera. Okay, so I'll just zoom in a little bit more here. So, hi Carla. So look at this. We've got our Chit Chat ephemera. And I'll just show you the reverse side here. There are 92 die cut pieces in here. So it is such a sweet line. So look at that. We've got Merry and Bright, baking cookies. So just some fabulous little pieces you can use on scrapbook layouts. Again, if you wanted to do a December daily with this, that would be fantastic. Christmas cards. Like, you've got lots of little die cut pieces here you could use for Christmas cards or Christmas gift tags. Okay, so this is the Chit Chat, which is going to have pretty much your words, okay, that you'll use in this, with this line. And then we've got our odds and ends. All right, and so I'm just going to take a few pieces out to show you what's in here. And this package is 139 pieces. So you should easily be able to get your entire holiday for that year scrapbooked. And I bet you wouldn't even use up all of these pieces. There are so many in here. So we've got that little cute, our Christmas tree in a basket, our little gingerbread trio, some poinsettias. Oh, and look at this, our little gingerbread house. So all in that theme of gingerbread. So this is cute. And you know, these would be really cute if you're making a recipe album, let's say a gift album. That would be fantastic as well, because you could put in your recipes and then add your little stand mixer here onto your recipe card. Super, super cute. So again, I'm not going to show you all these. I'll just flip over the back side. You can take a look at the back of the packaging, as it is super cute. So 139 die cut pieces. So you will not run out using these die cut pieces. Now I know it's pretty early still, so I'm sure no one's really thought about their Christmas baking yet, but are you guys Christmas bakers? I am not a Christmas baker. I have to say. My daughter likes to bake, so she'll do some baking. So before we get to the cute sprinkles, I'm going to save those for last because they are so cute. So let me just show you here. This is the 6x6 paper pad. So it's basically the same patterns as the 12x12. They're just shrunk down into a smaller size. Okay. So with these are perfect for cards. These would be great for, again, if you're making a recipe gift book, if you do pocket page scrapbooking, these are fantastic to cut down for those little inserts. Okay. Then we've also got the mini icons. Okay. And this is 3 different sheets of stickers. So I'll just flip over here and we've got our 3 sheets. And oh, I see here now they're saying that they added the strip here. You can hole punch and keep them in your planner if you like to use these types of stickers in your planner. And you bake with the girls 1 or 2 days. And nice, Carla. That's great. See, you're a good mom when it comes to baking. All right, and now one of the things I love about Doodlebug are their enamel dots and their doodle pops and puffy stickers. But let's take a look. Here's our enamel dots, which of course coordinate perfectly with this line. Okay, here we've got our super cute doodle pops. Isn't that adorable? It's like a baking sheet, and I'm just going to try to angle that for you. You can see it's got dimension, the little pieces. They're popped up on foam adhesive, but super, super cute. For those ones, we've got our shape sprinkles in the Gingerbread Kisses line. So look at all those super cute little girl gingerbread cookies and boy gingerbread cookies. I know, Carla, like this, honestly, this is fantastic. If you're a love to bake, it's just a great way to document your baking. And wouldn't that be super cute in your scrapbook to just kind of take, let's say, have the focus be on your Christmas baking this year and document all of that, including the recipes that you used, and maybe which ones were your family's favorites too. That would be super awesome. And then we've got our shape sprinkles here. This one's called gingerbread trimmings. Yeah, as planner stickers too. Absolutely, Carla. So we've got the candy canes, our gumdrops, little hearts, and some little round enamel dots. So such a super, super cute line. Super cute line. So there's lots you can do with that. So, oh, and this is got 64 pieces. It's such a small package. You wouldn't think it had that many pieces, but some of these things are really teeny tiny. So just awesome with that. Okay, and now let me grab those distress crayons, because what I think is kind of super cute about these, this is holiday set number 6. Take a look at these colors and how perfect they would be to use with this line. If you want to add a little bit of shimmer with these distress crayons, you can do that. If you wanted to add just a little bit of extra color onto your, maybe onto the edge of your paper or a photo mat, it's going to coordinate so well with this line as well. Okay, so that is Doodlebug Gingerbread Kisses, and I believe there are actually a few more pieces in this line that are in the store. I apologize, I forgot to kind of look up which ones they were, because I think there's maybe another set of stickers, I can't remember exactly. But a little bit more that goes here. And that's the nice thing actually, when all of this stuff coordinates, that it's super simple. If you decide, you know what, I'm going to choose a new Christmas line for my stash for the year, picking something like a doodlebug like this, and then picking up a bunch of the extras to go with it, and you're set for that whole season. You will not run out of stuff to use in your scrapbook pages, especially if you're using the die cuts. All right, so there's Gingerbread Kisses. If you want to see anything out of that a little more close up, let me know. But let's do a little bit of play now with these distress crayons. I haven't actually used them in a while. I had to do a little bit of Googling to remind myself how to use these distress crayons, but wow, they are super fun. So let me just show you. What I've done here is swatch them out on white and on black. All right, so actually this one's set number 5, so kind of started it at the bottom. But with this set number 5, we've got Juniper Berry, Yuletide, and Frozen Fog. So I'm just going to tilt that a little bit, and I'm not sure, it might be a little hard to see, but you can see it just has a little bit of shimmer to these. So that's the biggest difference between these and your regular distress crayons, is these holiday ones have a wee bit of shimmer in them, which makes them, you know, a nice holiday touch. Okay. And now set number 6 is this set, which would go perfectly with that Doodlebug line. And we've got Sugary Gumdrop, Wonderland, and Frosty Mint. Okay, and so you can see on black paper, they're pretty similar. The Yuletide's a little bit different. Of course, you see the Frozen Fog a bit more, and you can pick up that shimmer a little bit more. Yeah, Carla, me too, yeah. And Simon Hurley's got some pretty good videos using the distress crayons as well. So if you're looking for some inspiration on using these, if you've got these in your stash and you haven't used them in quite a while, I encourage you, just drag them out, because there's a lot of different ways you can use them. And you can just sit around and play. I know as paper crafters, we don't always play as often as we should. I know for me, I get focused on, I got to get this done or that done, finish that layout or get those cards done for a particular reason. And then I just kind of forget that, you know what, creating is about playing as well and just enjoying, and especially making use of your supplies. Okay, so I'm going to show you kind of two particular ways that you can use these. There's more than 2, clearly. But we're going to kind of stick with some kind of easy ones, and that would be really good if you want to make some backgrounds for some holiday cards, or even you want to use these on, for example, let's say that Gingerbread Kisses, you want to make a fun mat, photo mat, or kind of placeholder for some ephemera. We can create that using these crayons. Okay, so let's start first with how we're going to prep our paper. Okay, so what you are going to want to do is to prep the cardstock that you want to use your crayons on. Now, here's why. Okay, so this is a piece of distress watercolor cardstock that I did not prepare with anything, with any gesso or anything like that. So what I did is I just went over and scribbled my crayons over, which is fine if that's the look you're going for, but you'll notice that like when I rub this, it doesn't really move. So, and I did actually spray this with water too, and the colors don't really move if you want to be able to blend them. Okay, so if you want to be able to blend your colors, then what you want to do is to prep your cardstock. Now I prepped, I did Vicky Bouton mixed media cardstock, okay, and then actually these are both mixed media cardstock, and this one is a distress watercolor cardstock. So I did not have any translucent gesso in my stash. So because I was using, you know, a white cardstock, I just used this Dina Wakley white gesso primer. Okay, so you're just going to paint a nice thin layer. In addition, actually I shouldn't say in addition, you can also use the Distress Collage medium as well. You can brush that on just as thin as you can and let it dry, and then that gives you a nice base to work with your distress crayons. Okay, so one of the easiest ways to use these, okay, so this is a piece that I prepped yesterday and just let it dry. So one of the easiest ways to use these is I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to scribble. This is Wonderland, and this is from set number 6 in the holiday set. Then I'm using Sugary Gumdrop, which is just gorgeous. You can see that little bit of a sheen there. I think it catches it in the light. And then we're going to add in our Frosty Mint. Okay. And now, super simple, I'm just going to go in with my finger and I'm just going to start blending. So you can see that softens that up. I'm going to blend that into here, and I will wipe my finger off on a cloth as well, so I don't mind blending the colors together. I don't necessarily want to, you know, kind of have a patch of Sugary Gumdrop way down here. Okay, so I'm going to go back in and we're just going to blend that out. I can just use a different finger and we're going to blend that out. Okay, and so because I've prepped this cardstock with the gesso, we just get a beautiful, nice, soft blend. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in down here, a little bit more green, add some more pink on this side. Okay, and then a bit of blue here. Now, if you wanted to, you could also go in and just basically scribble your crayons, and then just go in and spritz with water. And then the water's gonna react a little bit like a watercolor. I'll kind of show you what I mean in a moment. Okay. So I'm just making just a nice soft little blend there. Okay. And now I could go on in and I could put a stencil over top of that, add a glitter paste, a sparkle paste. We could die cut a word out of this if we wanted to die cut a word out of that. Just basically this would be your starting point, okay, in building a background. Now, let me find my other sheet of paper, which always disappears when you're doing a live. Just had it out a second ago. Well, that's fine. So, let's take this. Okay, so this is just blending it out with your finger. Okay, so what happens when we add a bit of water to that? Well, we're gonna scribble some of this green, just like that. Then I'm gonna use this darker blue from set number 5, and it's Juniper Berry. Look how vibrant that is. So the fun part about this too is you'll kind of see your texture from your paintbrush a little bit, that you, whatever you use to prime it, which is kind of lovely too, just adds some interest. And I'm going to add just a little bit of the lighter blue here, just because. All right. They are pretty and shimmery, Carla, absolutely. And there's my paper towel. I'm just going to grab that. Of course, it's under my clipboard or my mouse pad. Oh, hey, I found the piece of paper I was looking for. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to take my mister, my distress sprayer, and I'm just going to hit that with water. Now you can see as I'm hitting that with water, can you see that the colors start to move? So now I can just lightly tip it. I need a little more water here so this moves. So you can see how you'll kind of get a little bit of you'll get it to blend there. All right. Now, one of the things you can do as well is with your heat tool is just kind of move that around. Let me grab my heat tool. So I'm going to use my heat tool to just kind of move that around a little bit. There we go. So it'll hold some of the color in place. And then I can just slide that around. So can you kind of see how the color just drifts? So probably with my other heat tool, it would work a little better as far as directing the color, but you could make such a pretty kind of Northern Lights type of background with this. If you've got some of the Halloween colors, if there's a little purpley color, that would be really pretty in here. Okay, so just want to show you how well that moves. So now you can get your colors to move and blend. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so I'm going to leave that and just set that aside, and I'm going to bring in one that I did yesterday just to show you then one of the neat properties about the distress crayons. Clearly you can see that they're water reactive, but you can come in. What I would probably do is, hopefully we can see this because this background isn't quite as dark as I think I would like it to show you this. But we'll go ahead and you can kind of get the idea. So honestly, I have no idea what the stencil is called. It's from my stash. It's old. But what we can do is once you've made if you make a darker background, you can come in with your stencil. And I'm just going to see, I'm going to come in with just a foam blending tool. We're going to put a little water down here on my glass mat. And I'm just going to pick up a little water and I'm just going to go in over that stencil. Oh yeah. And you can see, let me just work that in there. I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in here a little bit. I'll work on this one right here. So I'm going to add some water to that and that will lift off that crayon. There we go. So you can come in with your stencil and do like a lift technique. So now when I pull that off, yeah, see, I'd go in with a little more water, but when this dries, you'll be able to kind of see those white spaces more. Yeah. So that is like a super, super easy way. You could really do a lot of backgrounds just by coating your paper with distress crayon and then coming in with your stencil. And I'm going to line that up, try to do a little bit more and just lift off those areas. So all it is water, distress blending tool, and a little bit of water. Just going to go around here to try to make that. And I'm just pushing the moisture into the stencil. There we go. So once that dries, then you're just going to see that a little bit. You'll see those white areas. So super fun. Okay. So now there's a lot of techniques I could show you, but I am not going to show you them all because, well, A, I probably won't remember them all, but B, I don't think anybody wants to be here for hours on end. But let me show you one that I'm super, super thrilled about. Okay, now, here I've got, these are actually 2 pieces of photo paper, of glossy photo paper. So I don't know about you, but I've got, I've had a number of different printers over the years, photo printers, and often, like my HP paper, I don't really get a great print out of my Epson photo printer with that paper. But I've got a stack of HP glossy photo paper that's just kind of sitting in my drawer. So here's one way that you can use up that paper. Super fun, super easy. What I've done here, I've embossed one sheet here with the Holiday Floral Swag 3D embossing folder from Spellbinders. And I believe that was a release from last year, but it is still in the store. We've got one. And then I've also embossed the same HP glossy photo paper with the In the Pines embossing folder. Okay, so the technique will be the same for both pieces of cardstock, but let me just show you here what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use 2 colors of these crayons, but this paper works fantastic for this because it's smooth, so it's easy to move your medium. Now, if you've got glossy paper, I don't know if anyone might have some glossy cardstock. I did actually Google it, and it doesn't seem to be common anymore. But if you have some of that, that'll work with this. But I'm just gonna go over these high points here, and I'm using Yuletide. Okay. Does anyone have distress crayons? Do you have these holiday sets? Or do you have the regular ones? Do you play with them much? Okay, I just want to use these 2 colors on here. And I will show you a sample that I did that has, kind of all the colors on there. But I just wanted to use these 2 because I feel they go super well together. Okay, gonna just add a little bit more here. And right now you're thinking that looks like a hot mess. Trust me, it will not. Just add a little bit more here. The holiday spray sets. Yeah, I bought the holiday spray sets too, Janice, and I think I used one once. And I wasn't going to buy the crayons, but now that I'm playing with them, I'll be buying the crayons too. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more. Okay, and so now I'm just going to go right in with my finger again, and I'm just going to rub that all over, kind of right on the high points. And so you'll see it will stick to our high points, and we'll get a little bit of color in the background, but that's fine. We like that color. But because this is that glossy photo paper, or glossy paper in general, it moves super well. And so what I would say is if you don't have glossy paper, that's fine. You're just going to prep your cardstock. I'm just going to go in with a little bit more of this sugary gumdrop. If you don't have a gloss paper, so just use your Distress Collage medium or your translucent gesso. Prep your paper, then emboss it, and then give this a try. It should work quite well. Same way essentially as this, because you've given it that nice smooth surface to be able to move your pigment around. Both the yes. Oh, the alcohol ink cardstock is glossy. Okay, yeah, that would work perfect then for this if you don't have leftover photo paper that doesn't work in your photo printer, which is what I have. All right. So take a look at that. How pretty is that? I'm just going to tilt that. You can see that little sheen there. And so you can go in with this, maybe add some gold metallic watercolor spatters, something like that, but super, super simple. So then what we can do with that is just grab, I hot foiled and die cut some of these sentiments. So this is the Alex Siberia Designs large Merry Christmas hot foil plate and die set. Okay, so now we can just go right in, glue that on, put that on a card front, and boom, you're done. Oh, perfect. Yes, thanks, Carla. That's right. Yeah, anything you're looking at, if you want the glossy cardstock, yeah, Sandy can definitely order it in for you. Again, just pop that on your, send her an email and put special order in your, in the subject line. Okay, so there is our card, and again, we just use the Yuletide and the sugary gumdrop. Okay, now let's do one with in the pines. So I just want to show you that while this is a 3D embossing folder and this is just a regular embossing folder, you still can get the same look, or you do the same technique even though you don't have as much of the dimension. Okay, so for this one now, I'm just going to use Silver Fog. May not show up very much, but let's give that a try and see what that looks like. We might have to add a little more blue. So let's do some Minty Mint, or Frosty Mint, pardon me. I think Minty Mint is the name of this color green for some other company. Yeah, some kind of mint. Close enough, right? And I'm just kind of going to add it down the middle of the boughs. And let's come in now with the Frozen Fog. I don't know how much we're going to be able to see this, but we'll try. Okay, yeah, you can see a little bit of the darker. So while this has a few more flat areas, and by flat areas I just mean that there's not quite as much depth in here, and because these are pine boughs, they're spread apart more, so they cover more area. Just gonna go in with these a little bit here. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Just going to start smoothing that out. So actually on this with that Frozen Fog, the Frozen Fog, it's quite subtle, but you do get kind of a really lovely shimmery shine. So to just have that on all these pine boughs would be really, really pretty. I think once you got them all covered, you just see a lovely kind of metallic shadow. So super, super simple. Okay. Now you could go in with, actually let's try that while I'm saying that. If we wanted to, we could go in with a little bit of water and your foam dauber. I'm just going to scribble some of this on my glass mat. Sorry, it's not really in frame. Okay, and I'm just kind of going to break up. Sometimes I get a few little chunks here. I'm just going to break those up a little bit. I don't know if that's what Tim does, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to just spritz that with a little bit of water. Let's go over this a little. Now, I'm not sure exactly how it's going to react because I'm using photo paper, not kind of a primed watercolor. But let's pick some of that up and just take our blending tool and go right over top of that. So I'm not pressing down, I'm just skimming that over top of the embossed areas. So it's subtle. You can see that it's quite subtle, but you're getting that nice little sheen all over that. Now, if I'm doing this with, you know, glossy cardstock, that's kind of not photo paper, that is probably meant to be able to handle a bit more water and moisture, then I can go in with, you know, I might go in and do another layer of color over top. But you can see how pretty that is. So super easy to get the color in the shine. That's not what he does, he should. Funny, Carla. And so now with this, I would take my, let me see if I can find another silver sentiment. Let's see, this one. So now with that, I would just take my, put a silver sentiment on there. I would cut this down. I haven't cut this down past 6 inches. So I'll do that after the live. And that we could add a few gems. Again, we could add some spatters, metallic watercolor spatters. Okay. So super, super simple. Now, let me show you a couple more samples just of the card fronts that I did yesterday, and I'll walk you through them. Okay, so this is using the In the Pines embossing folder. So this one I just went in with the juniper, so that darker blue, this one. Okay, and then the, sorry, not the Wonderland, the Frosty Mint. Okay. And now I'll see if we can get the light to catch this. There's a little bit of sparkle. And so for the sparkle, what I've done is taken my foam blending tool and I've just put a little bit of crystal glaze on the foam blending tool and then just lightly kind of basically patted it like this, really lightly. It will pull off some of your color, so you don't want to work it too much. But that just adds a wee little bit of sparkle. So yeah, thanks, Cynthia. So again, we could just take in one of our Merry Christmases and pop that on the front and boom, that's card number 3 done. And so now I just want to show you, this is again using the Holiday Swag embossing folder, Holiday Floral Swag. Okay, but this time I used all 6 of the colors, which is why we've got, you know, kind of a little bit of mud here and there. It's a little more grungy than I would normally be drawn to, but yeah, you can see there though, how the colors all mix together and blend together, and then just that beautiful little shine is just lovely. And again, I've just added a little bit of crystal glaze. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. Thanks, Carla. But a little bit of crystal glaze and beautiful. So with this one, I'd probably as well, let's see. Actually, the gold might be pretty on that. Let me just move this out of the way. Gold might be pretty, or we could do, I think this is like a unicorn silver, so it's got a little bit of a different texture to it. I'd probably go with the gold. I'm not sure. Yeah, yes, Cynthia, it is great. Yeah, and if you've got like an embossing folder that maybe just has a large poinsettia or a super large snowflake, this would work. This technique would work really great with that. But again, you can kind of sit down and do a whole bunch of these backgrounds, and you could easily have, you know, 10 backgrounds done and 10 Christmas cards done. Yeah, so there's a couple of ideas of how you can use your distress crayons, especially these holiday release crayons, and pair them up with what you have in your stash. Right? If you don't have, you know, now's the time. I keep a box. I keep all my Christmas products in one bin. And then at this time of year is when I'll go into my bin and just grab out some stuff. And this is a great way to make use of some of your stuff. And, you know, you can add a few things here and there to complement your stash. But yeah, so that is all I have for you guys today. Anybody want to take a closer look at anything else with the gingerbread kisses? I can bring that out. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Yes, Claudia. Yeah. As soon as this is done, I will post it and you can pop in and play along or pause with some of the techniques. And if you've got any questions, just post it in the comments and I will check in on those and I can answer any questions in that. But thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Carla will be back next Thursday with something fabulous, I'm sure. I don't know what, but it's Carla. It'll be fabulous. And again, we've got our new challenge running in the paper crafting group, and that's all about layers. So any type of project with any type of layers, ink layers, die cut layers, embossing layers, paper layers. Oh, let me show you here real quick, Cynthia. This is what we took a look at the beginning. So you can just, you can pop in and watch the replay where I go through all the papers and the various ephemeras, but this is the Doodlebug Gingerbread Kisses line. Okay, that's what we took a close-up look. Let me find you the super cute doodle pops because it's a surprise for us all. And these are so cute. Okay, so yeah, just pop in and I kind of walk through all the different pieces there of this line. So thanks again, guys, for joining me, and it's been fun hanging out. Have a fantastic weekend. Hope the weather is not bad for November, wherever you are. It's beautiful here, so we're going to enjoy it while it lasts. All right. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye.